welcome to Storytime with Mr. Anderson. Today we're going to be reading It's a Matter of Taste by Allison Smith. 100 million years ago, before the world was swathed in snow, before man carved in flint or iron, before the tiger or the lion, when the world was bleak and dark and raw, lived Englebert, the dinosaur. There was nothing Englebert liked more than having a real good chew and gnaw on leaves, berries, juicy fruit, vegetables, or old tree root. There's nothing wrong with that, you say, but his family felt a different way. His family were most concerned at his contrary hunger yearns. All of them were most perplexed. "You're a Tyrannosaurus Rex!" Although there is no written law on what to feed a dinosaur, I think in part opinion brings that different breeds eat different things. And Englebert should not abhor raw meat. He is a carnivore. Englebert, or Bert for short, had up until this point been taught that protein diets of skin and bones would cure him of his hunger moans. But regardless of these trends, Bert refused to eat his friends. His mother, desperate for change, tried time again to rearrange. His personal diet and every meal became a terrible ordeal. Think of the family honour, lad. Think of your sister and your dad. Whatever will the neighbours say if they see you eating fruit one day? The neighbours actually were glad at Bert's unusual eating fad. They were, you see, a nervous bunch who feared they could be next for lunch. He was presented every snack to try and get him back on track. Would he like some wafer ham, salami, chicken, tin of spam? But what was offered was refused. He must be ill, his mother mused. Don't tell me I went through a cesarean for you to go all vegetarian. Bert was sure that he could find a way for her to change her mind. He would invite them to come round. On meeting them, his mum was bound to like them all despite their breed. Reluctantly, his mum agreed. The party was arranged post-haste. There definitely was no time to waste. If Bert was going to put this right, his brother had an appetite. He wasn't sure his friends would come. In the circumstance, would anyone? I mean, they had to hope and pray that they were not part of the buffet. But Englebert need not have fret or worked himself into a sweat, for all his friends were glad to come, and regardless of his mum, determined to enjoy the day, the ambience, the cabaret, the dancing and the conversation, nothing forced, no aggravation. But when the final guest had left, Bert considered he was blessed. His father had a bowl of fruit, and nuts, and corn, and rice to boot. The day, albeit a success, left stuff that he must readdress. Still afraid his relatives would use his friends as aperitifs, he thought to raise a major question concerning his family's digestion. Bert put the focus on his mother, convinced that there would be no other chance for him to work his magic. The consequences could be tragic. How much was she prepared to give? A little, maybe. Live, let live. Perhaps she'd swap her usual meat for my microprotein treat. His tired mother gave a sigh. I'm saying this, I don't know why. I'm surrounded by carnivorous sentimentals. I give in. Pass me the lentils. The end. Thank you for listening to today's story. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click the bell for notification of new content.